Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand and realizing it could make you a millionaire. Not a guess, not a dream, but real, tangible money waiting for the person who knows its value. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the United States, the 1994 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, currently valued at an astonishing $966,000. If that doesn't make your heart skip a beat, stick around, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see every penny in your collection. You might be asking yourself, how can a coin worth just 1 cent be worth nearly $1 million? It starts with a twist of fate in the U.S. Mint. In 1994, most pennies were stamped with a small letter indicating their mint location. But a few slipped through the system without that mark, creating a 1 in a million rarity. And rarity, as every collector knows, is the currency of fortune. Imagine owning something that no one else in the world can touch. That's more than just money. That's legacy. Now, let's pause for a moment. Picture this: you're going through a jar of old coins you've collected over the years, tossing them in a tray. Suddenly, one penny glints under the light. You pick it up, and something about it feels different. Maybe it's the shine, maybe the weight. Maybe it's your future calling you. Could it be the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Your pulse quickens, your mind races. Fear? Excitement? Both. But this is the moment that separates dreamers from millionaires. Here's the thing about rare coins: the value isn't just in the metal. It's in the story. The story of how an ordinary penny escaped the mass production process, survived decades of handling, and remained virtually untouched until someone like you discovers it. And in the world of rare coins, condition is everything. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can command the type of price most people only see in headlines. But even slight wear can reduce that value drastically. That's why collectors who know what to look for hold the keys to fortunes hidden in plain sight. You might be wondering, is it really possible to sell a coin like this for close to $1 million? Absolutely. The market for rare coins is booming. Millionaires, investors, and serious collectors are all hunting for these elusive treasures. Auctions have proven it time and again. A 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny in perfect condition doesn't just sell. It makes history with every transaction. And this is where your excitement should turn into urgency. Every day that coin isn't in the right hands, someone else could be claiming that fortune. Let's break it down. First, identify the coin. Look for the absence of the mint mark. Examine its edges, the color, the shine. Then, verify its authenticity. The last thing you want is to discover decades later that your treasure is merely a common penny masquerading as $1 million find. Professional grading is not optional, it's essential. The difference between a certified coin and an uncertified one can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Speaking of money, let's talk about a little humor. Imagine taking your jar of pennies to the grocery store and casually dropping $1 million coin at checkout. The cashier probably wouldn't notice, but the internet sure would. Okay, maybe not the most practical scenario, but it's a fun way to reset your attention before diving into the real strategy for selling rare coins. Once verified, the next step is choosing the right platform. Private sales, specialized auctions, or direct collectors. Timing is everything. Selling at the wrong time could cost hundreds of thousands, or even millions. That's why knowledge and strategy go hand in hand with luck. But here's the cliffhanger: what if I told you that a secret method exists, known only to a handful of elite collectors, to potentially double the market value of your penny before it even hits auction? We'll get to that in a moment. Before we reveal that secret, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey of this coin. From a simple penny minted in 1994 to an almost mythical object commanding nearly $1 million today, it's more than just metal and ink. It's a story of opportunity, patience, and timing. And that's a lesson that applies to life, wealth, and success. Every opportunity you encounter, like this coin, has the potential to transform your future if you recognize it and act. Now, here's the secret: the elite collectors often bundle rare coins into exclusive auctions or private showings, creating competition that drives prices even higher. This is where psychology meets investment. Buyers aren't just paying for the coin, they're bidding on the story, the rarity, and the prestige. If you play your cards right, your 1994 no-mint mark penny doesn't just sell. It dominates the market. And here's the final cliffhanger: imagine discovering that you've had such a coin in your drawer for years, perhaps tucked away in a box of old change. Millions of dollars, sitting unnoticed. Would you act fast enough to claim it, or let the opportunity slip into someone else's hands? The answer determines not just your wealth, but your mindset. Millionaires aren't born, they are alert to the hidden treasures around them. So here's what to do next. Search your collections, examine every penny, and don't ignore the subtle differences. Authenticate and grade your coins. Understand the market, and position yourself strategically. Because one small coin could change your life in ways you never imagined. Remember, fortune favors the bold, the informed, and the observant. And perhaps, today, fortune is already in your hands. So rare that collectors across the globe would give anything just to own it. Now, imagine that small, unassuming coin in your pocket is not just a coin. It is a ticket to potentially hundreds of thousands, even close to $1 million. Today, we are talking about a coin that is rewriting the rules of rare collectibles, a coin that could change your life if you hold it, or if you are lucky enough to find it. Picture this: 1995, the United States Mint is producing Lincoln cents, the everyday coin we all know. Millions are struck. Yet among them, a handful slipped through without a mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, nothing. A subtle absence, almost invisible to the untrained eye. But for those who know, it is a golden secret hiding in plain sight. Experts estimate the current market value of this rare coin at $962,000. $962,000 for a coin smaller than a quarter. Take a moment to let that sink in. One coin. One pocket-sized fortune. It might feel unbelievable, almost like finding a diamond in your cereal box. But here's the truth: the most valuable things often hide in plain sight. The irony is delicious. We all toss pennies without a thought, yet one misplaced penny in your collection, one penny overlooked in your jar, could be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. It's thrilling and terrifying all at once. What if that coin is in your possession, and you've been walking past it every day? Now, you might be wondering, how does a coin go from being ordinary to a multi-$100,000 collectible? It starts with rarity, of course, but more than that, it's about the story it carries, the subtle imperfection that turns a simple penny into a legend. In 1995, a small production error caused a batch of Lincoln cents to go out without a mint mark. Collectors call it the 1995 no mint mark penny. Mistakes are valuable. In a way, the coin's scarcity is the universe nudging fortune toward those paying attention. And here's a question to reset your brain for a second: have you ever wondered if your pocket change could secretly be a hidden treasure? You might laugh, but if just one person watching this video decides to check their collection, they could be holding a fortune. It sounds almost too good to be true, but in the world of rare coins, this happens more often than you think. The thrill of discovery, the fear of missing out, it's addictive. The stakes rise when we talk numbers. Today, the most pristine examples of this 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent are commanding nearly $1 million at auction. $1 million. And the market is only growing. Serious collectors, museums, investors, they are all circling these coins. Demand has never been higher. Now, imagine the coin is in your hand, your chance to sell or hold, and the clock is ticking. The urgency is real. Every day you wait, someone else could claim the fortune that could have been yours. Let's pause for a moment to think about human nature. We often underestimate what we have, dismiss the ordinary, and overlook the small treasures in life. This coin is more than copper. It's a lesson. Fortune favors the observant, the patient, the curious. The kind of people who notice details others miss. And that is exactly who you are if you've been collecting coins for years, keeping your old pennies safe, wondering if they might be worth something more. Now, don't stop paying attention just yet. Here's a cliffhanger: not every 1995 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is worth hundreds of thousands. Some are ordinary, and the difference between ordinary and extraordinary lies in details so subtle that even seasoned collectors can struggle to spot them. Later, we'll reveal the exact characteristics that can transform a humble penny into a collector's dream, a coin worth nearly $1 million. Meanwhile, let's imagine the possibilities. That coin could fund your dream vacation, a legacy for your family, a charitable project that changes lives, or the investment that secures your financial freedom. The idea alone is exhilarating. And here's a humorous thought: all those coins you've been jingling in your pocket could be the difference between ordinary Tuesday and a life-changing moment. Who knew? Collectors across the country have stories of discovery, of the thrill when a forgotten coin suddenly turns into gold, literally. The emotional journey is part of the magic. There's fear, the fear that you've missed the chance. There's excitement, the kind that makes your heart race. There's urgency, the undeniable pressure of knowing that wealth is fleeting if not seized at the right moment. And it all centers around a tiny, almost insignificant coin. So, what should you do if you suspect you have a 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent? Handle it carefully. Keep it safe. Don't be hasty, but don't ignore it either. Seek verification from experts who can authenticate it, grade it, and help you understand its true market value. This isn't just selling a coin, it's claiming a fortune that could redefine your lifestyle. Every detail matters: the color, the luster, the exact absence of that mint mark. It's the difference between a valuable collectible and a coin that stays in your jar. Now, you might be thinking this all sounds like a dream, too good to be real. But history shows us that rare coins like this have transformed lives. Ordinary people, just like you, have stumbled upon fortunes in the most unexpected places. And the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent is one of the rarest, most valuable coins you could ever hope to own. The question isn't whether it's possible, it's whether you're ready to take action before someone else does. And here's the final twist: even if you don't have this coin, there are countless other opportunities hidden in your collection, in the attic, in jars you've long forgotten. Every coin has a story. Every mistake, every rarity, every forgotten minting error is a potential life changer. But only for those willing to look, willing to act, willing to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. In the end, this is about more than money. It's about awareness, curiosity, and timing. The 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent is a symbol of opportunity and transformation. A coin worth nearly $1 million teaches us that the universe rewards those who notice the details others overlook. If you are watching this and holding a coin that might be more than it seems, the moment to act is now. History, wealth, and legacy are waiting in the palm of your hand. Are you ready to find out if fortune has been sitting quietly with you all along? The camera fades in on the glint of a small, copper coin spinning slowly on a reflective surface. Have you ever held something so small, yet so powerful, that it could change your life forever? A coin no bigger than your thumb, yet worth nearly $1 million today. I'm talking about the 2004 Lincoln 1-cent penny. No mint mark. Unassuming. Ordinary. But extraordinary. Imagine walking past a jar of coins in your attic and unknowingly holding a fortune that could redefine your life. Most people discard these pennies without a second thought. But what if I told you that one of them, right now, could be worth $957,000? Yes, almost $1 million for something you probably paid 1 cent for. You might be thinking, that sounds impossible. It's not. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why, and how this coin could find its way into your hands. Let's start at the beginning. The year is 2004. Lincoln pennies were produced by the U.S. Mint by the billions. The world had bigger concerns, cell phones were getting smarter, the economy was stabilizing, and most Americans weren't paying attention to pennies at all. But in one corner of the mint, a tiny error occurred. A single batch of pennies was struck in a way that made them vanish from the ordinary market. No mint mark, pristine condition, and almost impossible to find. This mistake is what turned an everyday penny into one of the most sought-after coins in the world. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? Really? You're telling me this tiny copper circle could be worth more than my car? Yes. And the kicker is, very few people even know it exists. That rarity is where the magic, and the value, lies. Here's where it gets even more interesting. These pennies are not just collectible. They are investment-grade treasures. Wealthy collectors around the globe are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes even more, for just one. And the market is only growing. Every day that passes, these coins become harder to find. The opportunity to own one may be slipping through your fingers even as you watch this. Think about that. One coin in your possession could elevate your financial standing overnight. Yet, most people are sitting on fortunes they don't even realize they have. That fear of missing out is real, and justified. Now, let's break it down. Why exactly is the 2004 no mint mark penny so valuable? First, the absence of a mint mark makes it extremely rare. Most pennies have a small letter indicating where they were struck, D for Denver, P for Philadelphia. The 2004 no mint mark coins. Almost invisible in circulation. Second, its condition. These coins were preserved, untouched, making them pristine and highly desirable to collectors. Third, supply versus demand. Only a handful exist in the world in this perfect state. Combine scarcity with desire, and you get astronomical value, but don't just take my word for it. In auctions across the country, these pennies have been traded for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, recent sales confirm a staggering $957,000 price tag. That's more than a luxury car, more than most people earn in a lifetime, all in the palm of your hand. Now, pause for a second, look at your pockets, your drawers, the jars of pennies you have lying around. Could one of them be worth a fortune? Don't laugh, it's happened before. There are stories of people casually dropping rare coins into a jar, only to discover decades later that they were sitting on unimaginable wealth. It's almost like a modern treasure hunt, except the treasure is hiding in plain sight. Here's the thing, timing is everything. The longer you wait, the fewer pristine pennies remain. The market is moving, collectors are buying, and those who hesitate risk losing their chance forever. This isn't just about money, it's about seizing a rare opportunity, about stepping into a lifestyle of abundance that most only dream about. So, how do you know if your penny is the one? There are a few signs. Look for no mint mark, perfect condition, and of course, provenance if possible. A professional grading can confirm its authenticity and skyrocket its value. And once you've verified it, you could be looking at an instant life upgrade. But here's the cliffhanger: how do you even sell a coin worth nearly $1 million without making a mistake? That's where things get tricky. Selling a coin like this isn't like selling a collectible on eBay. It requires expertise, trust, and access to high-end collectors. A single misstep could cost you hundreds of thousands. But done correctly, it could be the most profitable decision of your life. And don't worry, there are professionals who specialize in this exact process: safeguarding your coin, getting it authenticated, and connecting it with the right buyer. Imagine the freedom that comes with this kind of wealth. Debt disappears. Dreams become reality. Luxury becomes accessible. And it all started with a small, overlooked penny. Before we wrap up, here's a thought: the next time you pick up a coin, look closely. What seems ordinary may be extraordinary. History, rarity, and a touch of luck can turn a single penny into a life-changing fortune. And if you're sitting there wondering, could it be mine? The answer is, maybe. But the clock is ticking, and others are already moving. Don't let hesitation steal your opportunity. So, take action. Examine your coins. Research. Verify. And remember, the 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just copper and zinc, it's a gateway to wealth, a story of rarity, and a testament to the power of discovery. Keep looking, stay vigilant, and who knows? The fortune hiding in your drawer might just be your ticket to the life you've always dreamed of. The camera lingers on the spinning penny one last time before fading to black. You might be thinking, a penny? Really? But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why millions of Americans have overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight, right in their drawers, jars, and old collections. Let me ask you this: how many times have you walked past something ordinary and missed a fortune? That's exactly what happened with the 2060 Lincoln 1-cent penny. What makes this coin extraordinary isn't just the date, it's the story behind it, the rarity, and the small error that turns it from pocket change into a potential life-altering windfall. Most people throw away pennies without a second thought. But in the world of rare coins, a tiny detail can be the difference between a 1-cent coin and a coin worth close to $1 million. Here's the thing: in 2006, the US Mint produced billions of pennies. Almost every single one is worth exactly what you paid for it. But a rare handful carry a unique, mint mark, a subtle detail that can make collectors' hearts race and wallets open. These are not your average pennies, they are a portal to a life many only dream about. And here's a question that might make you chuckle: how often do you hold a penny and imagine it being your ticket to financial freedom? Sounds absurd, until it isn't. Now, let's talk numbers. $953,000 isn't a random figure. That is the current market value of the rare 2060 Lincoln penny. Why so high? Because only a handful exist in near-perfect condition. The coin must survive decades without scratches, dents, or fading. That level of perfection makes it as rare as finding a unicorn in your backyard. But here's the kicker: you might already have one in your possession. Many collectors discovered theirs in old coin rolls or loose jars. And they didn't realize the fortune staring back at them until they did a simple check. Fear and excitement often walk hand in hand in the world of rare coins. Imagine this: you find a 2006 penny while cleaning out a drawer, thinking it's worthless. Days later, you discover it's worth nearly $1 million. That moment, that instant, changes everything. You may ask yourself, why didn't anyone tell me about this sooner? The truth is, most people don't know. But those who do act fast, and that's exactly what separates ordinary people from the ones who live a life of luxury funded by overlooked treasures. Humor break. Imagine trying to buy a luxury car and paying with a penny. Technically possible, but only if it's the right one. That the question isn't if this coin can change your life, it's whether you'll recognize it when you see it. Collectors worldwide are hunting for this penny, and the competition is fierce. Auctions can drive the price even higher. Every day you wait, another rare penny disappears into someone else's collection, possibly vanishing forever. The journey of this coin is a tale of chance, timing, and discovery. Many stories of ordinary Americans suddenly becoming millionaires started with a simple question: could this penny be more than it seems? Imagine holding that coin and knowing the exact moment your life could shift dramatically. The thrill, the fear, the excitement, it's a roller coaster few experience firsthand. And here's the cliffhanger: while $953,000 is the known value today, experts suggest the market could surge even higher in the coming years. Which means, for those who act quickly, the opportunity isn't just rare, it's fleeting. So what should you do if you suspect you have one? First, examine every detail. Look at the mint mark, the condition, and consult reputable numismatic experts. One small step could be the difference between pocket change and a life-changing fortune. The 2060 Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol. A symbol that fortune favors the observant, the patient, and those bold enough to act when opportunity knocks. Think about this: every great treasure story started with a simple discovery. Your turn could be next. The camera slowly zooms out as the coin continues spinning, glinting under the light, teasing the possibilities. A single penny. A lifetime of potential. Are you ready to see if the fortune hiding in your drawer is one of the rare few that could redefine everything? Because if you find it today, tomorrow isn't just another day, it could be the first day of your new life. Welcome back. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary, so overlooked, yet worth more than most people earn in a lifetime. Today, we're diving into a story that could change the way you see your spare change forever. A 2014 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. What seems like pocket change might actually be your ticket to $500,000. Yes, you heard that right, $544,000. Now, I know what you're thinking: a penny? Seriously? But before you roll your eyes and toss that jar of coins into the donation bin, consider this: millions of people walk past treasures every single day. And this coin? It's one of those rare moments where fortune favors the patient. Back in 2014, the Lincoln 1 cent was minted in massive quantities. Most are worth only a cent, but a tiny subset went unnoticed, escaping collectors' scrutiny. These coins bear no mint mark, a subtle detail, yet the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. It's a detail that could make or break your financial legacy. Here's where it gets interesting. Imagine finding a coin in your change that could buy a luxury car, a vacation home, or even set your grandchildren up for life. You'd rush to the safe, right? But most people miss it. Why? Because they don't know what to look for. Fear keeps them from inspecting too closely. The excitement of discovery is masked by skepticism. Let's take a step back. How do you even spot one of these million-dollar pennies? The first thing is condition. Every scratch, every mark, every tiny imperfection reduces its value dramatically. These coins need to be pristine, almost untouchable, and yet, paradoxically, they must have survived decades of circulation unnoticed. It's rare, it's improbable, and that rarity drives the value into the stratosphere. Now, a quick question for you: how often do you check the coins in your wallet? Or the ones hidden away in jars, drawers, and old piggy banks? If you haven't done it recently, this might be the moment you should. Humor me, don't laugh. That coin could already be in your possession, waiting silently to change your life, but before you start imagining your mansion, there's a twist. Not every no mint mark 2014 Lincoln is worth $544,000. Far from it. Experts in rare coins are ruthless, precise, and unforgiving. A single blemish or the wrong angle of light on the coin could render it worth a fraction. This is why knowledge is power. And urgency is wealth. You see, collectors aren't leisurely shoppers. They are relentless hunters. When news of a rare coin surfaces, the bidding wars start immediately. Prices skyrocket within days, sometimes hours. Waiting too long could cost you everything. Here's a little secret the coin world doesn't shout from the rooftops: provenance matters. Where did the coin come from? Who owned it? Each story adds layers of value. You're not just selling metal, you're selling history, rarity, and exclusivity. And speaking of history, imagine holding the coin and feeling a direct link to 2014. A year when the world was changing, yet this coin remained constant, quietly accumulating potential wealth, hidden in plain sight. The irony? A coin most people discarded is now coveted like gold. So, what's the next step? If you suspect you have one, don't panic. Don't rush. But don't delay either. Get it professionally graded. Contact trusted numismatic experts. The wrong move could turn a six-figure treasure into pocket change. This is where patience meets opportunity, and where most people fail. By now, you're probably wondering, how many people actually stumble upon coins like this? Very few. But that's exactly what makes it so thrilling. It's not just about money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the heart-racing moment when you realize your everyday coin jar is actually a treasure chest. Before we reveal the final secret that can massively increase your odds of finding one, let's pause and reflect. Wealth isn't just about luck. It's about awareness, timing, and action. You could walk past a $544,000 coin today without ever knowing. Or, you could be the one who spots it. Here's the secret: focus on coins in pristine condition, check for that missing mint mark, and most importantly, act fast. Consult experts, get professional grading, and never, ever assume a coin is worthless just because it looks ordinary. That single mindset shift has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Now, imagine holding that coin. Picture it in your hand. That small, shiny piece of copper could represent a life of financial freedom, exotic vacations, and opportunities most people only dream of. And the best part? It's possible today. Your coin jar could literally be a vault of opportunity. The takeaway is simple, but powerful: look closer, act faster, and never underestimate what seems ordinary. That 2014 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. It's more than history, it's a chance to redefine your future. And somewhere, right now, someone is about to discover exactly that. Could it be you? Time is ticking, and treasures won't wait. Check your collection, dig through those old jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find more than coins. You'll find a life-changing opportunity.